Hey guys, Warlos here. Welcome to part 3 of my combat tutorial. Where we last left off, Brom had just hit a Stormclaw Scorpion and took 4 temporary hit points. Now, that Brom went, the Goblin Cutters get to go. So this Cutter is going to move 1, 2, and attack Brom. And he rolls a natural 1 and misses. Now the other 4 will roll. 1, miss, miss, miss. And then one rolls an 18. An 18 plus 5. It's going to be 23, and that's going to exactly hit. Now, minions don't roll, they do a set damage. And these Goblin Cutters do 4 damage. So 4 damage is exactly the amount of Brom's temporary hit points, so we just wipe away the temporary hit points. Now, it's going to be the Hexer's turn. Hexer's going to move over 1, and he is going to use his Blinding Hex. Roll a 17 plus 7 is a 24, and it's a 24 against, I believe it's Fortitude. Yes, it's Fortitude. So that rolls damage, 2d6, so that's 8 damage, plus 1 is 9 damage to Brom, and Brom is blinded. And so, lift him up and put this little dark marker over him to let us know that he's blinded. And the top of the order is the Stormclaw Scorpion, and it rolls a 17 to hit Brom. 17 plus 8, that is going to be a hit for 25, and it does 1d6 plus 3 damage. So that's 5 plus 3 is 8, so Brom soaks up 3 and takes 5 damage. Now, because the Scorpion hit Brom with his claw, a medium or smaller creature is automatically grabbed, so Brom is stuck between the pinchers of the Scorpion. Now, the sharpshooters are going to attack. And because three miss, and 2 is a miss. Now it's Brom's turn. So as a move action, Brom can attempt to move or escape from the Scorpion's claw. The way you escape from a grab is that you can roll your acrobatics against its reflex, against the monster's reflex, or you can roll athletics against its strength. So Brom is going to make a roll. Here's a natural 20. So when you escape a grab, you can escape it and shift 1. But since they're not occupied the same one, the shift 1 usually is if a grab you are both occupied in the same square. But since they're not, there's a claw that grabbed him. Brom has freed himself from a claw. Now for his action, he's going to use a power, and it is going to be his Form of the Mountain's Thunder power. So he'll roll first, and what that is a burst 1. So a burst 1 means you start on your character and you burst out. So now Brom's blinded, so every creature has total concealment. So he rolls a 15 plus 9 is going to be 24, minus 5 is 19, and that does still hit the scorpion. Now he'll roll for the cutters for each one. 11 plus 9 is 20, minus 5 is 15, and that's going to miss this first cutter. The second cutter, 19 minus 5 is also missed. Natural 20 for this cutter. 16 plus 9 is 25, minus 5 is 20, so hit, hit, and miss. So Brom hits 1, 2, and 3 for a D10 for 7 plus 4 for 11 damage. So the scorpion takes 11 damage, and these 3 goblins die. Now it's the cutter's turn, and this cutter is going to no, he can't actually shift because that's difficult terrain. So our cutters are going to attack. 10 plus 5 is 15, plus 2 for combat advantage, 17 is a miss. And then 19, and this goblin cutter hits for 4 damage, so it does 1 damage to Brom. Now the Hexer is going to attack. And he is going to use his stinging hex, and misses with his hex. And since everyone missed, it's up to the scorpion, and the scorpion is going to attempt to claw Brom and grab him again, and misses. Now Brom, since Brom is a warden, he gets to take a saving throw with his fun life in the beginning of the round and at the end. Well, I didn't use Brom's saving throw, his saving throws last combat turn. You know, it was just so you can see how all the different mitigating effects take place in combat. So, but now this time I'll make him actually roll a saving throw. And his first saving throw is made, so he's no longer blinded from the blinding hex. But now he's going to attack. Now this Brom is going to do something that's called marking, which I haven't done yet. Now when you mark something, that means that if they attack anyone else other than you, they get a -2. And for conditions, I'd use a blue for it to be mark. And Brom really doesn't need to mark because there's no other enemies, even though sometimes he can have a power which will do extra damage to enemies that are marked. Brom is going to use Roots of Stone, which is another area of attack power. So roll against a scorpion. Rolls a 16 plus 9, hits, 25. Then he rolls against for the goblin. A 12 plus 9 is 21. -2 for the concealment is 19. That hits. And hits this one as well. So both these guys are going to die because they take automatic damage. And the scorpion is going to take 9 damage. Now the scorpion's bloodied, so we'll put a red mark into the Scorpion, so we know he's bloodied. Cutters have died. Now, the Hexer will have a turn. And the Hexer is going to cast Blindness, or Blinding Hex. And he's going to hit Brom's Fortitude, so Brom is blind again. You can see why these controllers are a lot of fun to have in combat, because pretty much every time this Hexer goes, he's going to be blinding at least one of the player characters and doing somewhat heavy damage to them. So Brom takes 5, plus 1, 6 damage. Minus 3 for his soak, so 3 damage. And this is only a minor sustain, so it can pretty much stay up the entire battle. So now it's top of the action, Scorpion is going to attack, and it misses Brom. Now the sharpshooters will both attack. They both miss. They roll a 5 and a 2. Now it's Brom's turn. He's going to roll his first saving throw and rolls a 5, so he's still blind. Now he's going to attack the Scorpion. 8 plus 9, 17, minus 5 for being blind is 12, which misses the Scorpion. Now, his end of his turn, he'll roll a saving throw again, and rolls a 19, and saves. So he's no longer blind. Now, the Hexer is going to go and use the Stinging Hex again, or the Blinding Hex again. 18 versus Fortitude, which hits Brom yet again for 4 damage, or 5 damage, so Brom is blinded again. And the top of the order. Well, I think I'll end the combat tutorial here. You guys got to see a lot of different condition effects, and I got to use the pipe cleaners, I got to use the markers. I probably made a couple errors without knowing it, but that's going to happen. No one's perfect, and especially when you're running a combat yourself, when you are in control of all the monsters and the player character. It's a lot of work. But the more you do it, the better you get at it, and it becomes second nature. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.